Trails is one of the most ambitious JRPG franchises out there. 13 mainline games, unraveling a story over a large and ever-evolving world that begins with Trails in the Sky, starring protagonist Estelle Bright. The first game received a remake last year, and the remake of the sequel is releasing in September of this year. But before that happens, I went back to play the original Trails in the Sky second chapter for the very first time to find out what it's all about, to continue this grand and epic narrative, and in the course of that long journey, I discovered a world I fell so head over heels for, with a colorful and charming cast juxtaposed with tight and engaging turn-based gameplay that left me wanting so much more. And with Trails, yeah, there's plenty more. So in today's video, let's go over Trails' second game, why this game is a genuine masterpiece, and in a non-spoiler-ish way, go over why the remake has me by the balls. Hello everybody, it's your boy Jmulls, and let's take flight upon golden wings. Let's begin with where this all began. Trails in the Sky, the first chapter. Well, technically not the beginning of the series, because Trails is part of a larger series called The Legend of Heroes. Trails in the Sky first chapter is the start of this grand adventure, and for a beginning, it is a rather slow one. It received a remake last year, and I've played both the original and the remake back to back, because, look, don't judge me. And while yeah, it's definitely a slow burn, I think it's highly effective in what it's attempting to do, and that is put the game pieces on the board for future entries to really play around with. And while doing this, it focuses on world building, lovable character moments, and just overall characterization. It knew its characters were going to be the strength of an otherwise slow plot, and instead of trying to be something that it just was never going to be, it leaned into its strength, and that is feeling like a 2000s anime. It utilized its tropes in the style of the medium at the time, and just had a bunch of lovable characters do a bunch of lovable things, all the while slowly moving you forward through this plot. And with the cliffhanger of the first game, with Joshua confessing his love and departing Estelle with a kiss to go off on his own, the game ends with a massive "oh crap" moment that is immediately followed up with the second chapter. Like legit, the game picks up immediately. It almost feels like it's the same game, but the difference here is that the game is Estelle's journey of self-improvement in order to be able to stand side by side with Joshua, no matter what the world may throw at them, and find a way to pull him out of whatever hell he has found himself in. The game in a lot of ways feels more like an expansion of the base game. It looks the same. Most of the locations you go to, at least past the prologue, which takes place in a Bracer training camp away from Liberal. Pretty cool prologue, but besides the point, the game utilizes a lot of the same maps from the first game. And I got to imagine the sequel for the remake is going to do the exact same thing here. Most of the characters and party members make a return with some new additions like Kevin. Yeah, his name is straight up just Kevin, but he's kind of a goat, give him time. But when it comes to the story of Trails in the Sky second chapter, there are so many strengths. I would say the first half is kind of slow in the vein of like the first game as well, because there's still quite a few different characters and elements of the world the game has to introduce that the first game didn't really get to. In particular, really fleshing out some of the core characters like Sherazade, Zin, it can argue Olivier, but the game just takes what the first game did and builds off of it. And just over the course of the game, the stakes get higher and higher and higher, and it just becomes bigger, more bombastic, and freaking cool, man. It's genuinely such a great progression when it comes to the overall stakes and just what the game is tackling. Like, the game just feels so massive, but in all the right ways. While the chapters themselves feel a little bit shorter than the chapters from the first game, the chapter count here is also like twice as long. The game feels so much bigger compared to the first game, and it kind of has to be because the amount of stuff it covers. Seriously, this game goes places, and no matter how big the stakes become in this game, I feel what the game grounds itself in is its rock solid characters. It feels in a lot of ways like a more refined first chapter. The music's better. You could argue, yeah, I would actually argue easily the visuals are better as well, despite most of the game looking the same. Just the new stuff is absolutely mind-blowing. The new characters that are introduced are great. The antagonist works so well, especially when paired with the main party member they're kind of like the foil of in a way. But I said it before, and it really bears repeating. The star of the show here is Estelle. I enjoyed her immensely in first chapter. After having played the second chapter, Estelle is now solidly one of my favorite protagonists of any game ever. I love that girl. Her character arc, her growth. She never not feels like Estelle. She's still Estelle, but she learns valuable lessons and becomes a far better and just experienced character as the game goes on. In a lot of ways, you could argue this game is the story of Estelle and Joshua, and while Estelle definitely steals the show, I think both of these characters work so well because they have each other. And despite the lows that Estelle has to go through at the beginning of the game because, well, the ending of the first game, right? You just end up rooting for her every time. She's that lovable idiot character, but in a way where she never really feels like a true idiot. She has a heart of gold, and that heart of gold really shines through in all the key moments that you would want it to. They truly knock it out of the park. The game just takes everything that works from the first game and does it even better here. And the elements that maybe the first game didn't particularly succeed on, like you could argue the pacing for the main plot overall until you get to the chapter 4, right? I wouldn't say it's completely remedied with second chapter until you get to the second half of the game, but the slope of the progression of the game just feels smoother here and just overall better executed. It really does feel like every character gets a satisfying amount of development. Like truly, the writing in this game is one of its hallmark successes. And when we get to the remake, so long as they're able to nail this, and if it's anything like the first chapter remake, I think they're going to, I think there's going to be a lot more people that are absolutely hooked on this series and are going to be craving for more. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Now let's talk about the gameplay, and while this may not be particularly relevant for the remake because, you know, the remake does a more modern trail style of combat, I think it's still worth talking about when it comes to the original because I really enjoyed the original combat. Now, it does play essentially just like the first chapter, like the original one, right? But you get new crafts, new S-breaks. Tita's is awesome, by the way, because a giant freaking laser beam from the sky, like a satellite beam, just comes down and wipes out everything. It's so freaking cool. Putting that to the side, the combat itself largely operates like the original Trails in the Sky. You have turn-based, grid-based combat. You're managing specific turn buffs that can happen periodically, trying to get the positioning down, managing buffs and debuffs, food and all that. What I really love about Trails in the Sky's original combat system from these original games is its beauty and simplicity. It's easy to understand, very easy to pick up, and it's super satisfying when you pull it off. But every time, the game can make you feel like you're either back against the wall, balls are out, scissors are at the ready, or you can turn it all around and feel like a nuclear missile that has been made manifest within the palm of your hand as you prepare to lay down almighty righteous hellfire upon whoever dares oppose you. And with the way that Trails balances XP generation, well, not necessarily generation, just the way that it scales you over the course of the game, it tries to keep you around a specific level range. The game overall feels so well balanced, and while occasionally I will love to absolutely one-shot you on the first turn, had that happen a couple of times, won't lie to you. Despite those moments, overall the game feels balanced. Though occasionally, especially near the end, you may feel the need to grind up a couple of characters that you didn't really use because they're very behind, but thankfully the game gives you additional XP for characters that are underleveled, respective to where you're supposed to be at that point in time, so the grind's not too bad, but there is still a little bit of a grind there. Does kind of feel like a product of its time. Doesn't ruin anything for me because, again, you can get them up to speed relatively quickly. It's just something to kind of keep in mind because especially in the later portions of the game, sometimes if you have a specific character for a certain boss fight, you will get like additional dialogue. I got to imagine that's going to carry over into the remake as well. So again, just something to bear in mind. Probably a good idea to keep everyone relatively the same level. It's not like Trails is unique in this next regard either, but I really love the touch of the storytelling that is told through the levels of the characters. Like Joshua starts the game at a much higher level than Estelle, and over the course of the game, you see her level just catch up to him. It's a small little detail, but for a game that is largely like Estelle's training arc, that is a really satisfying way to show that. And I just love overall how this game embraces its identity. It knows what to focus on and it just does it so well, man. I think arguably the most screwed up part about all of this is how Trails in the Sky, the second chapter, ends with a really satisfying conclusion. I won't spoil what it is, but it's such a great conclusion. And then you remember there's like 11 other games. This isn't even the final Trails in the Sky game. There's another one. Granted, Estelle's not the protagonist there, it's Kevin, but like still, it's insane to think about. And while that may be a little bit off-putting for some people who enjoy shorter experiences, I love a story that is is willing to go the distance and just say, we have something we want to tell, and it's going to take a long time to tell it. We're going to develop this part of the world, and then this part of the world, and then this part of the world. And that's what Trails is. That's its identity. And what Trails in the Sky first chapter and second chapter did for me was get me hooked into that world. Not just with the story, not just with the characters, not just with the music, not just with the anime humor, not just with the visual presentation, not just with the appeal to my Xeno sensibilities, but also the gameplay's so fun, man. It's a well-rounded experience. And when you have a story that is going to be as big and grandiose as Trails is setting out to be and is currently with how many games there are, I think one of the most underrated elements of telling a large-scale story like that is being able to have these moments of finality throughout that gives you periodic senses of like, this is a really good conclusion to the story arc we're on right now. That's what Trails in the Sky's second chapter is able to achieve in spades. Nail that, but leave me wanting more. Have a few plot threads that are hanging there for the future to really unravel and to run with. And again, that's what this game does so dang well, man. But now let's look ahead to the remake that is coming up. Because now that I finally have beaten the game, I can look at the trailers without any kind of guilt. So ever since these trailers came out, I was always told to avoid them because apparently they just have a bunch of spoilers in them. I won't dwell on the spoilers that much, but just beware because I want to watch these. Let's begin with the announcement trailer for Trails in the Sky second chapter. Okay, show me what you got. Show me the money, the Mr. the Harder. Oh boy. Oh no.
It's time.
Oh, we're just starting with this, huh?
I'll do this.
God, his VO is so good. The Karen scenes, oh no. I completely forgot about that. Training arc goes hard. Oh, the prologue area looks really cool. Don't worry, our boy's on an edge arc. Yeah, there's a dragon in this game, but funnily enough. Oh my god, Pater Mater, man. I will never know how to pronounce her freaking name, by the way. And like, I alternate between Renee and Reen. Apparently there's a Reen later on, I think in Cold Steel. God, the sky ships look so freaking cool, man. The sense of speed, like the way the camera's tracking, oh my god. Oh, the fight scenes are sick as well. I think this was shown at the end of the first chapter remake. I tried not to pay too much attention to it. Hell yeah. Dude, the outfit change looks so dang good. Oh my god, the music, man. Like, I know I've already played this game. I understand. Not this one specifically, but the original, right? I'm so excited to play through it all again. Like, it's just that good, man. Also, holy aura farm. I like how Weissman is like so small up there as well. My god, though, these scenes at the grave with like Discount Gojo, like these scenes are gonna hit so hard. The flashbacks we're gonna get, oh my god, man. And I remember seeing this bit at the end of the first chapter remake when I played that. The fight scene here, it's so well choreographed. Of course, I like go to right at the end of it. She's holding the harmonica as well. God, it looks so dang good, man. And there's some animations we're gonna see in this game as well for character attacks. My god, I'm so excited to see them. This game's gonna be special, I can already tell. Okay, next up, we have the Trails in the Sky second chapter gameplay trailer. I gotta imagine the gameplay loop is gonna be very similar to the first chapter remake gameplay loop, seeing as how the original combat in the original second chapter was very similar to, you know, the original first chapter, with just a few alterations here and there, but let's check it out. I'll be very excited to see the new S breaks everybody's gonna get. I was showing some of the original gameplay. There's just something about this original gameplay, man. I love the simplicity of it. Alright, what we got? Oh, they're showing the animation from the old game compared to the new one. That's sick. Oh my god, they do so much justice there. Ah, they're just showing the giant robot there. Ooh. Ooh, you know what? I don't know how I feel about that. There's a part of me, right, that feels as if there's a lot more detail in the armor and the metal in the original compared to the new one. He stands out way more to me in the original compared to the remake. I do like the size he has here. I mean, he still looks cool. I love the little red light we have in the visor here. Okay, the animation looks cool at least. What else do we have? Ah, yeah, the cannon fodder enemies. There's our boy, Kevin. All right. Yeah, get used to him, by the way. Like I said, he might be my MVP. My God, why does animations go so hard? Bro, you are not a DPS. Why is he moving like a demon hunter in Diablo 3? Look at this crossbow animation. Ooh, I like that a lot. All right, show me what you got. Oh, this is gonna look so good. I can already tell. Hit him. Oh, the back kick. Ooh, I love how flashy the animations are. There's just something satisfying about them. Oh God, how is this gonna look? Kevin just shoots our own like teammates. Okay, kind of by the numbers. Still looks good. I like the little pose he did there. Oh my God, what is this animation gonna look like? Yeah, I hope you like giant AoE abilities. This game has plenty of them. Oh, it's a giant bow and arrow. Oh, that looks sick. Oh, yeah, all of that. Are they showing that location? What? I heard they showed like the final entire chapter area, trying to avoid name spoilers, but still. They just show it here. Are they showing one of the final boss fights as well? They are. Why are they showing this? I understand why they're showing it now. Okay, I see you, marketing team. I see what you're doing there. You're not getting that one by me. Oh no, this dude. He has... Honestly, I think his side quests are probably going to be very simplified in the remake, because in the original one, you didn't really have the waypoints that point you where you have to go, where I imagine we're going to have that in the remake. The animation still looks sick, though. What is this one going to look like? Bro stroking that orb. Yeah. Oh, the little knives as well. They look sick. Oh no, this ability. I think I died to this ability in the original. Wow, I like how I did 23 damage. My goat. Oh, they're showing the orbital bombardment laser. I love this. Yeah, this is Tita's new S-Break. Easily my favorite in the entire game. Also really useful because this hits like a truck or a giant laser beam from space. I don't know where she got the funds, by the way, for a satellite. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna end better than New Glenn, at least. Oh yeah, show me it. She kind of reminds me of Futaba there from P5 with that animation. Oh, the little screen she has to show herself on the satellite. That's cute. Oh, that's awesome. They did that so well, man. Oh, I love what they did with the satellite beam. I don't know why, but like changing the laptop to look like a giant bear, it just works so well. I like how she's actually in the Matrix. Might be the biggest radar I've ever seen. Man, I love the satellite. Oh, that's such a nice little touch, though. I just picked up on that. They show the Tita model from, like, the original game. Like, on the little TV screen there. That's a very nice little touch. Oh, I love that. Now, after all of that cuteness, now we have this. Just pick a direction and wipe it off the map, basically. Well, that was pure cinema. We have, I think, one last trailer, the release date trailer. So let's check it out. God, they showed off, like, so many spoilers in that last one. Oh, this one's short. 30-second one, okay? Whatever Ouroboros is scheming, I'm going to stop it and save Joshua too. Ooh, her animations look clean. Oh my God. Yeah, the dragon. Wow, they showed that scene here too. Like I said before, this game goes places. The animations in the first chapter game was so good, but it's like they took a step up here as well. Part of who I am. Alright, very short and sweet trailer, but hey, I'll take a Kevin aura farming sesh, you know? God, they did his model so well, in my opinion. Like, he looked just like the PNGs from the original game as well. I love the lighting and the use of color, by the way, in this remake. I love just how vibrant this game's world is, man. The element of the remakes I've been appreciating the most is their unabashed allegiance to just rule of cool. How can we take the most minor of animations and make them so freaking cool your eyes will melt? And on top of that, they understand the games are supposed to feel like a 2000s anime. Don't shy away from that. Embrace those elements. I'm really looking forward to when the remake comes out, and you know I'm gonna be here to play through it and give a full breakdown of the story and my review when the time comes. So here's where you come in. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts going into the second chapter remake, and what do you hope to see after the remake comes out? What do you hope they do next? I would love to hear your thoughts, hear your opinions, and hear your perspectives. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. And now that Estelle's story is over, I wonder where I go from here. What new adventures does Trails have in store for me? Well, would you look at that? I'll see you all next time.